Hi, this is Kendra from Pencil and Pigment, and today is Vlogoween day 27. And for today, I'm going to be drawing a blue Dacnis. Yeah, yesterday I did, this is a comb duck, an American comb duck. Look these up, these are absolutely wild looking. Anyway, I just wanted to do some birds I've never done before, and that's what I'm doing. So, it's Friday. I'm checking in. How are you? How has your week been? It looks all right. I'm really running low on this black pencil here. Like almost every single bird I've drawn, almost every single one, has had a little bit of black in it. So, the good thing is next year I plan on doing more painting for the project I have in mind. So I won't need my colored pencils so much. I mean, I'll do a little bit of colored pencil work. I'll explain it later, but I just, well, there's about 5 days left. And then, you know, till next summer when I buy a black. But I think my daughter might have a black Prismacolor somewhere. And if I'm in an absolute pinch at some point in my life before the summer hits, I will, I don't know, trade, borrow. She's 12. She's 12. So the only thing she loves to play with of mine are like my really expensive Richardson soft rolled hand pastels. Because like who doesn't love playing with pastels like that? Which I don't mind. Anything that promotes creativity, you know, is it for me. So they just have to be real gentle and careful because those are so soft that you can kind of crush them. And I don't want to crush them. This looks like 2 forward, 1 back. Okay, so how has your week been? Is this 2 forward or 3 forward? I see 1, 2, 3. Are you missing a toe? What is the situation? This is what I'm talking about. My reference photo makes it really unclear what kind of toe situation I have. So let's see. Boy, I don't even spell this. D-A-C-N-I-S. Okay. We'll just do this in real time. And I need a reference photo because I know nothing about this bird and I really want to make sure I'm doing it right. I'm trying to look and see if it's 3 forward, 1 back or 2 forward, 1 back. It looks like it's 3. I think my reference photo, this bird is missing a digit, a toe. That is really awkward for this bird. Who knew? That's real strange. I mean, it happens. Like, you know, birds get munched and things. Yeah, that's a 3. Okay. Let's do this justice then. Anyway, I'm just lightly sketching out the shape, making sure the positioning is good. We have plenty of room for, I only do a bird with the legs and the toes every 3rd day. So I have to make sure that when I do it, it's, 1, it's accurate, and 2, I leave plenty of space so I don't cut that one portion off because I'm not really practicing this so much as just, you know, bird portraits. And I love bird portraits. I can't not love them. Like, birds are so expressive and unique in the face. So, anybody suffering from burnout or boredom or underwhelm, you looking for some weird, unique birds? Again, I've been getting better reference ideas going on Pinterest than I have through my search engine, and I typically just use Google because that's, I'm just lazy. I don't know, it's always worked kind of well for me. Those seem huge. Seem absolutely massive. Why are they so big? We're gonna start over. Those feet were huge. I want more leg, I think, and less foot. I don't know. I'm not even sure how to get this exact color blue. So I have like all my blues out. And then here's a luminescence, it's super tiny. A lot of my colors are super tiny now. There's my indigo. I mean, I'm using my product, so it's all good. There's no like waste not, want not, but all right, I think this is a better size. And then we'll have the one coming from the back. All right, should be good there. And then I want, what do I want? I want like a thigh. I think I want a thigh. Anyway, I apologize for the loud cars. It's Friday. People are going home early. I have all my windows shut. It's just, it's loud where I'm at. You know, doing my thing. I swear this bird is missing toes. Poor little bird. I mean, I suppose if you lose one digit, it probably doesn't like affect too much stuff for a bird. I mean, maybe walking's kind of wonky. It wouldn't affect flight much, I wouldn't think. Okay, so there's my bird. Nice little tiny one for today. Which is good, because some of these get absolutely like monstrous, and then time. And then time becomes a whole thing, and I never have enough of it, so. It's nice to have some that are a little bit smaller, that I can just move on to some other things in my day, like, I don't know, videos. All the other things that need to be done in October. So what has been your favorite bird this week? Have you been changing up your art supplies? I initially thought I was going to. Like, I could have swore up and down that I was going to, here, let me zoom in so you can see this better. Anyway, I would have swore up and down that I was going to use a different art medium every week and then do like 4 different ones. But I got locked into colored pencils, and I just decided, you know, that's easy. Like, I'm comfortable with them. I know how they handle. There's no like drying time or having to spray. For those of you who like really dry media, like pastels and stuff, like, it's super fun. Gosh, I need to make this eye smaller. It's super fun, but just know, like, there's spraying, and it's kind of toxic to breathe, so do it in a well-ventilated area away from children and pets and those you hold dear. So yeah, no, I wasn't in the mood for it. That's like one more thing to remember. Like, I've been charging my battery every night, cleaning my memory every day, cleaning the video editing thing up. Like, there's a lot of daily maintenance since I'm doing a video every day, and that would be like one more thing, remembering to spray my art so that I can then wait for it to dry, or like blow dry it or something, and then move on to the next illustration. But I just wasn't in the mood. And then watercolor. I love watercolor. I do not love watercolor on this paper, and that is probably my biggest bummer of this paper, is that watercolor just doesn't perform the same. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. That doesn't mean like you can't watercolor on this paper. You can watercolor on any dang paper you want to. That's what I say. However, blending, mixing, overlaying all performs differently, because there's like no cotton in this paper, but it's not coated like the Tomoe River, so it doesn't really sit on top either. Like, it definitely sinks in. I just didn't know. It's just not enjoyable like that, so I said no. Like, it's fine for dry brushing, but I didn't want to have to be like that extra careful with every single stroke, on top of trying to learn new birds and making sure that everything's going good for the videos. And like, that's just, you know, like, sometimes it's just one thing too many. And I was just like, you know, I'm just gonna make it easy on myself and do dry media if I'm doing a video every single day. That was my thought. So I figured like a video every single day is kind of a lot anyway. So I don't know. Welcome to my brain. This is my thought process. But at some point, watercolor birds are going to have to come back to my life, and maybe I'll do a couple next year for some videos, or we could do a tutorial. We could like vote on a bird that you want a watercolor tutorial of, and we could do that. Like, I wouldn't mind teaching everybody how to do a bird with watercolor, and like understanding the layers and drying time and pigment on the brush and how much water you need. And okay, there's my bird. There's my bird. So we're gonna start with the eye. I'm doing the carmine because I'm getting very, very like carmine vibes from this bird's eye. So I like starting with the eye. It like makes the illustration come to life on the video. So, I mean, I hope that helps everybody. He's such a pretty bird. Wait till you see what color blue it is. If you're not familiar with this bird, which I'm not familiar. There's so many birds. There's so many birds. And I haven't like been bird watching in a while. So, and I wanted to do that for some of my videos, but it's kind of like a trade-off. I either do videos behind my desk and teach you some things, or I go out in the field and just show you some things. So it's of what's a greater value to you. And while showing you things is super entertaining, it's just a lot more work on my end because kids and all the things, you know, just a lot more work. And then the rain. So much rain. And I'm seeing the forecast for November, and that looks like all the rain as well. So November's coming in. It's coming in hot, and it's going to be nothing but rain, which is fine. So that's typically how our Novembers are anyway. Nothing unusual about that. Just have to batten down the hatches. Get everything prepped. We need to, you know what I need to do? Oh my God, I need to make a to-do list. That's what I need to do. I need to leaf blow our rain gutters. That's what I need to do. That's a thing. My neighbors love it when I get on the roof. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Mom, I get on the roof. Yeah, my neighbors love it. I'm always up there like singing. Like I don't know what it is about yard work, but yard work makes me sing, and I'm not a good singer. Like, I'm the worst singer. And then I always pick really ludicrous songs to sing, so it gets even worse. And the neighbors just start laughing. I was singing a hot dog jingle the other day when I was doing some yard work, and like I call them neighbors. I don't know from what street they were on, but they had to stop, and like they were cracking up so loud. It's bad. It's bad. My singing's horrible. But I have so much fun with it, so I just keep doing it. Anyway. Birds. And I need to do an owl. That's one thing, like, I definitely need to do, and I need to figure out which video I'm going to put that in. Like, I did not coordinate so well the birds with each video, because I'm trying to just go by my whim and what color I kind of want to see next. And well, I was in the mood for some blue today, so that kind of solves that. Anyway, bird with an eye. Yep, true story. Anyway, I really hope your week is going well for you. I hope you're having a great time. I hope you're having fun doing birds. You're learning some things or checking some things out. There's so many really fun like YouTube videos from other creators and companies like Audubon, National Geographic that have really cool like videos about specific birds. Like if you want to hear about the loudest birds or the wildest colors or the weirdest nests or the strangest eggs, like you can pick any topic about bird. And YouTube has a video for that, like specifically, that you can watch and really brush up on some of the more unique things about birds that exist in the world, because there's some really unique attributes. I link some things that are directly related to my video, and sometimes I'll add a video from somebody else. So if I find one that looks good and that's relevant, that, you know, might be fun. And it's really awkward drawing from this angle. It's an awkward angle, but I want to get it on camera. I want to get it all on camera. And I can tell my colored pencil isn't sharp enough. It's starting to get too fuzzy. I want a fine line. Anyway. Oh, polychromos. No, my lead just broke. No. Can't believe my lead broke. That was user error. That wasn't these pencils. There was a little bit of lead from another pencil in my sharpener and I didn't see it, and it snapped off this one. So that's a bit of a bummer. We're gonna do it like this. Anyway. Fun birds. Some birds are so much fun. Yep. This is how we do it. Slow and steady. This is why it takes time. All these things take tons of time. Tons of time to practice, tons of time to learn, tons of time to experiment, tons of time to blend. Like, colored pencils just aren't the fastest thing in the world. And that's fine. Like, I'm okay with it. But make sure, like, if you're colored penciling and you haven't colored pencil before, that you are allocating more time than you think you need. Especially if you're new to the medium or you haven't had a lot of experience with it. It'll really help you in the long run. I really want to add, what color do I want to add to this? Do I want to warm it up? Let's warm it up. It all just helps. That way you don't feel rushed or stressed or, you know, start getting down on yourself or hard on yourself. Like, I should be done by now. No, give yourself 3 hours. Just give yourself way more time than you think you need. If 3 hours sounds like too much, you know, 1 bird a week is awesome. Like, 1 bird a week, you could really hash out different pieces. You could work on the head, you can work on the body, you could work on different areas. I need to sharpen this one too. I came to this video ill-prepared and I apologize. I hardly ever use this color. Which one is this? This is like the original one too. Let's see. Let's see if I can read it. It says cobalt green. Okay, this is 156. So now you're gonna know what color this bird is. And I just need to lighten up my sort of boundary lines here. Like, I know they're there, but I don't need them quite showing through this lighter color. All right. Yeah, bright bird. Here for it. So, at any rate, yeah, I didn't do, when I was younger, you know what's weird? When I was younger, I did not do hardly any colored pencil work. I mean, I colored in coloring books and stuff, but that was like crayon, like legit crayons. I was never big into colored pencils when I was younger, and I don't know, gosh, I think I had Prismacolors. Like, I know I had Crayolas. I had Crayola everything. I know I had Crayola colored pencils, but I never had like a really top quality because I was never really interested. I did a lot of acrylic, like a lot of acrylic when I was younger. Acrylic painting, that was like my thing. So I never really got into them until I bought a set. And in 21, I bought the 36 set, Polychromos. And I don't even remember why I was like, I suddenly want to do this. And I don't even remember what it was that sort of spurred that on. Because I've never really, I don't know, they just never spoke to me, you know? Sometimes an art supply has to speak to you. Watercolor talks a lot to me. It's just so beautiful. Such a beautiful, beautiful art medium. But colored pencils never really spoke to me, and I don't know what it was. Like, I bought one colored pencil back in 2017. I bought two. I bought a Polychromos in Pine. And I bought this exact luminescence. So this is from 2017. In whatever color that color is. And I held on to them and like did little one-off things and incorporated them into mixed media stuff, but never did I like do a whole thing, like a whole illustration. And I don't know what it is, because I remember buying my watercolor pencils and I was like, oh heck yes, these are lovely. And they are, they're absolutely wonderful. I think it's a great way to travel with watercolor, like watercolor pencil, because you just don't have to worry about pans or tubes or things getting too squished. Like, it's just a pencils, you know? Especially with like hiking and things getting tossed around. I don't know. Maybe I hike rough. That's probably a thing. But I just, I don't know. They never spoke to me. And then I bought this set and I couldn't tell you why. Maybe they were on sale. I was like, I don't own any. I don't even know what I thought I was going to do with them. Like, if I thought, well, maybe I'll overlay them or use them for details for watercolor, because it's really fun to do a watercolor and then go back in with colored pencil on top for like extra details and like shadows and wrinkles and extra lines. Like, it's a lot of fun. I know, this bird's a lot of blue. But then I did Mermaid, which was, I turned all these animals into mermaids because I was super bored with the challenge. And I don't know. And I was just like figuring them out and trying to get to know the colored pencils. And so I had a lot of them where I had muddied the colors and gone too dark with too many layers. Like, I just did not know what I was doing. And a couple of them looked all right. Like, a couple of them were okay. And then I did Junebug, and that's where I realized all the things you can do with a colored pencil. Which was dang near everything and every insect. So yeah, and then that went into the Fall Fungi Challenge where I did all the mushrooms. And then, yep, colored pencils, sure. I was like, well, these are an underrated art medium. Why aren't more people talking about the high quality colored pencils and all the things they can do? Like, why isn't that a topic? And I couldn't tell you why. I don't know. So it seems like, I don't know. Like, you definitely can tell they're colored pencils. Like, if you look at my illustrations super up close, like, it's obvious they're colored pencil illustrations. But it doesn't negate from the illustration. Like, it doesn't, there's no takeaway from it. It's just like, yep, wow, you got colored pencils to do all that. That's cool. I would just say practice. Do 100 illustrations with colored pencils and you will get to know your colored pencils. Like 100. Yep. 100 of anything, really. 100 YouTube videos. 100 illustrations in one medium. I mean, you can get to know, if you go monochromatically, like I've done several times with indigo watercolor, you really get to know that one watercolor. If you do it 30 days in a row for a couple hours every day. Like, if you want to get to know some of the stuff you have intimately and how it performs and what it can and can't do. One, pick a color that you can get a huge color range out of, so make sure it's like a shade. Make sure it's pretty dark. And two, every day. And you will get to know it. Its limitations and its strengths. And that's pretty cool. A lot of time it just, when working monochromatically, it's such an easy way to keep from getting like decision fatigue. Like, what do I do now? you know, what colors should I do now? What bird should I do now? What shape should I do now? Like there's one less thing to think about when you only use one color, because you already know what colors you're using. Like it's already there already. Like everything's already prepped. You already know what you're doing. It's like laying out your outfit the day before. It's one less thing to think about. And thus you can then concentrate on the subject matter you're trying to create. And sometimes that's really nice. It's a really nice thing to give your brain like one less factor to strain on, which, you know, depending on how many drawing challenges you do in a year. When I was doing all those back to back, I think I did 20 in a row. I think that's where I stopped. It was nice to have some where I didn't have to think about certain things. I didn't do a lot of prompt lists. I did drawing challenges, but I didn't do the prompt lists for most of them, just because that's like one more hurdle where I have to do extra prep and extra thought. And in the night when I am relaxing and winding down and sort of just settling into the day, and the kids are in bed, and my husband goes to bed earlier than I do. So when I'm winding down and reflecting on the day and all the stuff, depending on what I'm doing, if there's a lot of prep I need to do for the day before, like figuring out how I'm going to paint or draw something, or how that's going to look, like that's just more, it's just more stuff, which doesn't really give me an adequate rest and relaxation if there's a ton of prep and ideas and lists and all the different things. So I really try to be mindful and gentle with myself as I draw all these things, because the other thing is, like, drawing every single day 4 hours for a few hours every day can be hard on your hands. So being hard on your brain for all the ideas and all the prep, and then being like hard on your body, like just constantly drawing and stuff, like all that needs to be taken into consideration in the long term. So, which is why I think I enjoy colored pencils, is I hold it differently than fine liners, so I don't get the hand cramps that I get with just drawing with, say, a Prismacolor. Like, I get hand cramps pretty quick with those. And I've done stuff where it's only Prismacolor, not Prismacolor, I'm sorry, Micron pens. Fine liner Micron pens. I get the hand cramps. That's just how I hold it. And I try to like re-correct myself, but it's like years of whatever, of doing a thing. I'm kind of locked in. I just keep trying to remind myself, and it's okay, be gentler. My brain just goes, no. Gentle's not for us. We're gonna hold on tight. And we've decided to stipple today till the hand falls off. So hours and hours of polka dots. Like, I love that look. Gosh, I like that look. But you gotta dedicate time if you're gonna do that. On whole illustration, just some dots. So I don't know what this video is about. This video is about my week in birds. Trying to draw a ton of birds I've never drawn before. And that's kept it really exciting and fresh. There are some birds I really want to draw, but because I'm doing profiles, like side views, like they're all side views. Because I'm doing that, there are certain birds I cannot draw because there's nothing to the side but fluff. And I thought that would be hilarious. Like if I drew like a baby owl, because you know they just look like a cotton ball that came out of the mist and the humidity. From the side, you wouldn't see anything because you wouldn't be able to see the eyes. The eyes are facing forward and the beak's facing forward. So from the side, it would just be an illustration of like the weirdest looking light gray fluffy cotton ball. I thought that would be hilarious. It's not going to work with what I'm doing, with the whole theme I have going here. And I know what you're saying. Just draw it anyway or change it up. But like, I'm locked into the theme, and the theme is keeping me going. So because it's all cohesive, I just like it. My brain likes it. My eyes like it. I think in terms of prepping for the next bird I'm going to draw, like my prep likes it. Like, just, I'm keeping with it. I know I'm stubborn. I know it's ridiculous. It's not even that deep. But I may later in the year draw a cotton ball facing forward, like a little baby owl or something. I've already done, I don't know how many owls I've already drawn this year. I've already drawn at least 2 owls this year. So I clearly have a thing for them. Yep, that's a fact. But I've never drawn a baby owl. And I thought, you know, a baby owl would be super fun for colored pencil, just because there's such a weird, like, warmish gray, brown. I know, it sounds strange. Just go with me on it. Yeah, I thought that would be fun. But I may do that in November or December. We'll see. We'll see how burned out I am on birds and how much of a break I need. I may not need a huge break. Like, you know, sometimes you draw stuff and it keeps spurring you into wanting to draw more. And I don't know that I'm there yet with all this, but I'm definitely enjoying myself, which is good. I'm enjoying the birds that I'm drawing. And I haven't done too many repeats to birds I've drawn before. I don't know. It's like you just, I don't even know what this guy is. I used a ton of him years ago, and look how small he got so quickly. I was going big. I was doing like an A4. What is this? Cobalt turquoise. I did a video a while back, like a while back, of why cobalts cost more. Like cobalt paints. And it has to do with how high they have to, it's very expensive for companies to turn the product into paint. Like, there's a whole heating process that's really hot and stuff, and that's why they cost more. But in colored pencil, you just don't have to worry about that, because everything's all like the same price. Like, it doesn't cost them the same price to make every single color, but they charge the same price for every colored pencil. So that's kind of cool. All right, I'm going to stop here. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep going and going and being chatty. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.